All right, guys, so I got a question, one of the YouTube comments. What is the best diet for an ectomorph to shed fat and also to build muscle at the same time? Now, for those who don't know, an ectomorph is a guy who's naturally small, but I'm gonna go ahead and just answer this question for everybody. There are basically three things you can do, okay? You can get lean quickly, you can get stronger and therefore bigger quickly, or you could kind of do both at the same time. You know, you can like harden up your muscles, you know, getting a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger, but also losing a little bit of fat at the same time, okay? The thing is this, if you are trying to shed fat, you are going to get smaller, okay? 99.9% of the cases when someone says they're losing muscle, they're not really losing muscle. If you're losing muscle on a cut, you're cutting fat, you're losing muscle, your diet is really screwed up or your training's really screwed up, okay? Something's wrong. You should not be losing muscle. What happens is people don't have as much energy, they might not be sleeping as well, they might be a little bit dehydrated, you know, they don't have the energy from the food they're taking in, so they feel weaker, so they think they're losing muscle. And also, you know, you just have fat everywhere. I mean, like I've got fat on my arms right now, okay? So if I was gonna get lean, like really, really lean, I'd lose muscle on my arms. I was reading, scrolling through Instagram today, and there was a professional bodybuilder, physique competitor who talked about how he lost an inch around his arms. I mean, a professional physique competitor, and he which is not like really big guy, and he lost an inch around his arms getting ready for a competition, okay? And he didn't lose muscle, I'm sure. He just lost the fat covering himself. So what I'm basically saying is, you know, if you want to get lean really quickly, you're going to get smaller, okay? On the same note, if you want to get stronger really quickly, you're going to get bigger. Now, just like I don't think that you should lose muscle on a cut, I don't think you should get fat when you're on a bulk either, okay? I just came out of a low-carb bulk. It was like a little bit over a year. Full disclosure, I went on TRT, testosterone replacement, you know, when I was 43, so you know, in the middle of that time. So I added a lot of muscle then, but total I added like 17 pounds of muscle, and you know, I came out at 10% body fat. So you don't have to get fat, okay, when you bulk any more than you have to lose muscle when you cut. But I certainly wasn't getting, you know, shredded and getting big at the same time, okay? You really have to concentrate on one or the other if you want to make progress. You know, my concentration for this bulk was to get strong in certain lifts, and I hit all of my numbers, you know. Most proud of doing 180-pound dips. You know, that was like my lifetime goal, and I made it, okay, while I was on this bulk. Now, the other possibility is, I think it's very possible, especially for a beginner, to recompose your body, which means you're going to be building muscle and losing fat at the same time. But because you're not concentrating on one or the other, it's like a slow process, okay? One of my first clients years ago, online training clients, was like that. You know, he wasn't really gaining or losing weight on the scale. He was getting stronger in his pull-ups, chin-ups, dips. You know, we went from dips on a bar to dips on rings to dips on rings with weight. You know, I mean, he was getting stronger, okay, but his weight wasn't moving. But he realized his shirts were getting tighter around at the top, looser around at the bottom. You know, his pants were getting looser around the waist and tighter around the thighs. You know, people at work were telling him that like his shoulders and his arms were getting bigger. You know, so like it was a slow process. So that's actually like the answer to your question, what's the best diet? I mean, first of all, you need to make a decision. What you want, you need to stick with it, okay? So if you're a skinny guy, you know, and you say you want to shed fat, I mean, if you want to get really lean, you're going to look like Bruce Lee, okay? You're going to be like, you know, Bruce Lee was like 130 pounds and like ripped abs, ripped everything, okay? But he was skinny, okay? He looked good, he looked big, but he was skinny, okay? So you need to understand that, and when it comes, you can't panic, because there's something that I call the skinny fat paradox, which basically means like a guy has the Bart Simpson build, a little bit of a gut, but skinny arms. So if he loses fat, he thinks he's getting skinny and he panics. So then he starts eating more and bulking, but then he gains a little bit of fat, and then he panics because he's getting too big. He just goes back and never makes progress. So what you really have to do is you have to make a decision. Are you going to devote the next 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 months to getting bigger, stronger? I concentrate on getting stronger, and bigger just takes care of itself. Or Do you want to concentrate on getting leaner, or do you want to kind of do both at the same time? So like I said, I mean, if you do both at the same time, the progress is going to be slow. It's not going to be slow, but it's going to be really steady progress, but it's not going to be like a couple months and all of a sudden you ripped abs. You know, it's going to be like a couple months and, you know, you're a little bit bigger around the shoulders, a little bit smaller around the waist, you know. So it's going to be a slower process, but you'll be doing both at the same time. But it won't be an extreme result. Or, like I said, if you want to bulk, understand you're not going to have abs, okay? You don't have to get fat, but you're not going to get ripped. If you do get ripped, understand that you're just going to be a smaller person because you're stripping away the fat. You know, it's like taking a candle and burning, you know, the wax off of it. You know, it just melts away and it gets smaller. Okay, so what I'm saying to you is you need to make a decision right now what you want to do. If you're going to take the time to recompose and just have slow, almost unnoticeable, you know, over the short term progress, or if you're going to get bigger, stronger, in which case you're not going to get ripped anytime soon, or if you're going to get ripped, which means you're going to get smaller, okay? Make the decision which of those three you want to do, and then stick with that decision, okay? So that means, you know, you might not have abs over the summer if you decide to go on a strength building phase and bulk up a little bit. You might not, okay? Understand that. Understand that you're going to bulk up through the summer right now, into fall. You know, maybe in spring you'll be ready to cut down and get lean again. So next summer you'll be a lot bigger and you'll be ripped. But don't be surprised this summer when you don't have abs, okay? And like I said, on the same note, if you want to get really lean real quick, like, yeah, you could have abs by the summer, okay? But you're also going to be skinnier. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting really lean right now and then slowly building up a little bit, you know, slowly building up a little bit of strength. So you don't get fat. You basically keep your abs. You know, you might get a little bit softer, you might get a little bit of fat, but basically you stay at the same, you know, you get really lean and then you lean bulk where you slowly add strength and slowly add size over a longer period of time. But there is no magical diet where like you get ripped and big overnight. You know, like I said, and if you choose to do this, which is certainly possible, especially for a beginner to do a recomposition, it means basically you're going to have slow but steady progress once again over, let's say, a year. You know, and at the end of the year, yeah, you will be a lot harder, you'll have less fat, you'll have more muscle, but like I said, you're not going to have an extreme result when you come in here. So basically everything sucks, okay? You just need to make the decision. You know, if you want to get lean, literally have a picture of Bruce Lee up somewhere so it doesn't freak you out when you get smaller, you know? If you want to get bigger, literally have a picture of some, you know, bigger guy, maybe a strong man up there lifting weights. So you could be like, okay, you know, you're going to be a little smooth. You're not going to have the muscle definition, but yeah, you know, you want to be strong like this guy. You know, or like I said, if you just want to recompose, just go ahead and go to the gym and just enjoy the fact that you're progressing. Okay, but like I said, there is no magic pill. You need to really make a decision right now which way you want to go down. You need to devote months to whatever it is you choose to do.